Now I've decided to branch out this year and do something I haven't tried before, so I'm going to make my debut into stand-up today. We'll see how it goes. It could go very poorly, so if it does, I want you to feel free to heckle me, because I've found that nothing takes attention away from me like having some guy in the audience who thinks he's funny. So by all means, nothing makes me look better than someone else trying. Alright, so that's where we are. Please laugh, but if you don't, I'll cry. Either way, we've got emotions going, so it should be good. To prepare for this, I took a lot of time reviewing other stand-up to see what worked, what didn't, what they all had in common. And I found the one thing they all have in common is a piece of paper in their hands. Most of them don't look at it, but they have, presumably, their jokes written down. But, you know, you've done this, you do the routines, you know your jokes, you've got it. You really don't need the stupid piece of paper. All it is just a reassurance, it's a security blanket. So I figured, fine, I'm going to go full out honest, skip the sheet of paper, go straight to my security blanket. Only I went up to get it from the attic. I go up there, and it is filthy. It's been up in the attic, it's covered in dust, mice have been nesting in it. It was ratty to begin with, and now it's just, I mean, horrific. I didn't want to touch this thing, let alone carry it around for several minutes. So I said, okay, take it to the dry cleaners, drop it off. I said, will you have this by Thursday? They said, oh, absolutely. Gave me a little piece of paper. I got home, looked at it. It says Tuesday. So what I have here is a receipt for my security blanket. It's Tuesday, 4:30. Go to Saga. Tuesday. That's where we stand there. But other thing is, the other ones I saw that they had a lot in common is people would just focus on specific words. There's certain words that are just funny. Words, either the way they work, the way they are. So I haven't figured out what it is about it. But you look at a word like monkey. Monkey is funny, see? It's funny. People laugh at monkeys. They don't laugh at monkeys. It's just the word monkey itself is funny. You put a monkey in a joke and it makes it better. Same thing with pirates. Pirates can save any joke. A joke dies, you put in pirates, it's great.
Koalas.
Koalas are iffy. Australians in the audience, and it's all downhill. You think koalas are funny, they ruin my crop. I don't know what they grow in Australia. My eucalyptus crop. Other ones, you get words. Some stuff is just, you get like the words professional. You got professional and amateur. One means someone who gets paid for something, one means someone who doesn't get paid for something. They should cover the bases. Turns out if you apply that to something like someone's gender, they get very angry at you. It's not really a joke, it's more of an observation. I want to warn you all, don't go where I went. The rest of it is mainly, draw from what you know. And so I tried to write jokes in my spare time, but my spare time is mainly spent driving places. And it sort of influences the tone of the jokes. I have a couple good driving stories, of course, the classic one, which I think a lot of you have heard, but I'll tell anyway because I love it. It involves me being an idiot, as so many good stories do. I had come back from a road trip, and in the back of my car I had a bag of cereal because I hadn't cleaned my car out yet. And I was driving home from work one day. This is my old Saturn, had the sunroof open, had the front windows open, and I was hungry, so I reached around and I grabbed the bag of cereal. I'm driving, one hand on the wheel, one hand in the cereal bag, eating cereal out of my fist like this, very carefully. And all of a sudden the wind shifts. I took a corner in the road. All of a sudden wind starts sucking cereal out of my fist. As I'm driving along with flakes hitting me in the face, I'm trying to drive. I had my sunglasses on, unfortunately, but I'm thinking, okay, how long can this last? Fine, I'll get hit by some cereal. And then the wind shifts again and dives into the bag. And there's a maelstrom of cereal all around me. And it's like a cereal bomb has gone off. And I'm getting hit in the face by honey bunches of oats. And thank God I have my sunglasses, because those things hurt. Meanwhile, I'm trying to stay on the road. There's a car behind me who is now slowed down because there's cereal streaming out of my window, littering the freeway. I finally jammed the bag shut with my elbow. Look around the car. There's just, everywhere. So I just rolled down the back windows and sped up and let it all fly out. I've since learned to eat less aerodynamic cereal while I'm in the car. It worked out better. But as I said, stories like that are few and far between. For the most part, I get in the car and I think, that guy in front of me is a jerk. And there's not really a good punchline to that. It's just like, and I wish you weren't. We've all been there. Certainly God, people can relate to that, but we're just sort of there. I spend a lot of my time wishing I were telekinetic. Go, if I could just shove him. I try very hard. I focus. I think being telekinetic is mainly in the eyebrows. It hasn't worked for me yet, so I could be wrong, but I try to grab the wheel and turn it, and it doesn't work, which is for the best, because really there'd be just trails of bodies along the way. I don't think they'd be able to convict me in court. Are you telekinetic? No. But better to avoid that one. I I've come up with a new dream, though. I've given up on being telekinetic. Decided to focus on powers I do have. I'm kinetic. I can move things using only the power of my hands. It's amazing. I can run relatively fast. I can jump kind of high. I look all right in spandex. I'm an average man. And then I realized there's already a superhero like that. I'm Batman. I'm poor Batman. I don't have all the rich toys. And my parents, fortunately, didn't die. They didn't take me to the theater. We went to see like Les Miserables growing up, and then we got in the car and went home. And it's really a lot less dramatic. I can't go back and visit that parking space and leave a single rose to remember about how cold it was as we walked to the car. But again, really Batman, I think, is dependent. They talk about he has no powers, but he has the power of having a god-awful amount of money. Because if I try to set up the Batcave in my house, I don't have a mansion. I don't have huge stalactites in my house. I have a crawl space, which is big. I mean, almost 6 feet high at its highest point. But I have my ham radio bat scanner. What's that? Someone's speeding. The door's stuck again. Let me get on my bat razor scooter and go to the rescue. I don't even have a razor scooter. I have to steal one from the neighbor's kids who keep leaving in the yard. I'll be on my neighbor bat scooter. Which I think you could work with it there, but again, you don't get calls from the commissioner. You don't have the big spotlight putting up the bat signal. I have flashlights. I can put one on my ceiling. I can call myself if there are any problems. Quickly, we're out of milk. To the bat store! So, I'm working on my average superhero bit. I think it'll come out well, but I'm still waiting for the big call. I think I need some sort of a device to have people call in. So right now, it's all very dependent on me, and no one respects a superhero who just shows up when he feels like it. So I was driving by and saw you needed help. Thank you, I guess. Should I know you? It's sort of, you need to have that network. Otherwise, people just don't respect it. The criminals don't care. The cop wonders why you're over there shining your flashlight. I've got a flashlight, thank you. Mine's a bat flashlight. But that's what I've worked out so far. So, thank you all very much.